educational specialists. And these all act the opposite of everything you've ever learned about Jesus. Maybe. And then there's, I don't care about race, comma, I just don't know what to call people. Next, who is concerned with and what is the definition of labels? And we're going to use an example of this. We're going to talk about the cereal aisle. And let me read the source to make sure it's contextually accurate. Delivering facts. What, why, where, when. And the ones I want to hear, not somebody else. What's that going to do for the economy without war? And you have a schedule to follow if you're there with an appointment. If not, you can get in line. Make sure you have your papers, please. Learning is today. As if the Death Star was designed to actually Death Star to get your driver's license. You would be treated fairly and equally. You'd stand in line, and you'd have to have the proper colors. Okay, now let's talk about words to choose. If you were going to say this, now if I were you, and how about let's change that to, quote, I recommend, end quote. Oh, hey, here we go. The government pushes people to invent better ways of getting things done. Sirs, and speaking of that, we are now talking to machines. Hi, how are you doing? And that is to say, I love to tell government workers, hey, you work for me. Speaking of people that work for me, wishing President for life, Trump, well, and a presidency for life. Keep up the hashtag good work, us. Keep up the hashtag good work, us. President for life, Trump. Also, don't bother memorizing your password, I'm told, because they will tell you what it is. The forbidden truth, according to King James. This book is designed to be an introduction to the King James language. And familiarize yourself with the 66 books which are contained in the King James Bible. It is to be read as a story or can be used as a study guide. Let us proceed with then following.
The forbidden truth. We checked that first take, I believe, might have been cut off there, the first part off, and we want to make sure this is as we can, but let's try that one again. Can we roll that one, please? One more from 3. According to King James. We try to get that one more time. I think we lost part of that one in the last take. Yes, let's go and take that one. Let's try from 5. Give us more time. 3. If you want, or 5, 2, 3, 2, the forbidden truth according to King James. Okay, we're going to try that one more time. Again, please, this will be take, let's see, counting backwards from 5, 4, 3, missed that one. Try that one over again, please. Yes, and then if you could, see, down, way that one pulls down on the other side, if we could maybe switch it with the way it moves across. I can see it, and I can hear it from the other side, but for some reason when it moves, I have to, yes, and I'll be having to do this at the same time. Great, thank you so much, and now we're going to get that going again from 3, 2, the forbidden truth according to need to recalibrate that just a little bit. I think the last line on that went just a little bit above the zone that we're trying to compress to. We want a clear line on that so that we can get every word understood. Thank you. Now, got it? 3, 2. The forbidden truth according to King James. How was that one? Did we like it? Okay, so we're going to go with that one, and I want to go ahead and repeat the following as we've done before, but now we're doing it again. That this is the forbidden truth, according, and that'll be this, according with 1 K and not 2 C's, or in other words, you could say this, not 2 C's, but instead 1 letter K, preceded by this, a capital letter A. If you wish, you can hashtag every single one of those letters, or you could just hashtag the first one and then put them all together so that it says hashtag the forbidden truth according to King James. And James is spelled James. Want to make sure we get the spelling on that correct and correctly spell that word as we're spelling the name of the King of the Christians, and that'll be protected copyright-wise, and that's called King James. If you're a Christian of the Christians, and in which case then everything is protected by capital letter C. So we're going to start out tonight with the forbidden truth according to King James, and we will be reading from this book, the title of which is The Forbidden Truth according to King James. Gotta keep reminding everyone of that. This is not James we're talking about. This is King James. Very important to Christians, as kings and Jameses are very important to Christians. As the Christians are given to following kings, especially named James. Also, Christians like the capital letter S at the end of their kings, and copyright notations, as in copyrighted by Christian with a capital S at the end. And you could uppercase the C at the beginning as well, so that it is a Christian with a capital C at the beginning and a lowercase n at the end, and then you can add this hashtag mark and then a capital S with a space in between that lowercase letter n and that hashtag mark that immediately precedes, with no space in between the hashtag and this, the letter S, capitalized. And you can add as well to that a second S that can immediately follow that first S with no space in between that first S and that second S. Now there's a reason for that, and that is because there's lots of us. That is to say, there's lots of us Christians with a capital S. There's lots of us. We're all over the world wide web. Or in other words, we're all over the world, period. And again, we're reading from the Forbidden Truth according to King James. And let's go ahead and see if we can say that straight. Yes, okay. The Forbidden Truth according to King James. How was that? Sounded okay. Now let's get it for the recording. Let's get it on tape. Great. Go ahead and count me down. First, let me get a drink of water. I'm gonna need about 5 seconds on that, please. Hold, please. Sure, go right ahead. We'll just wait. Thank you, and now I feel much better and much more well-equipped to continue on with the reading of the book that we are reading. Yes, thank you, and why don't you tell us the title of that book one more time before you begin the reading of that book? Sure. Just let me know when you want me to start, maybe count it down from 10. Alright, you want me to do it in this voice or another one? Pick a new voice. I'd like it to be just a little bit different from mine. Got it. Okay, let me know when you're going to start counting down from 7, and I'll get ready to read from the book again. Oh, yes. Now, just in the for the time being, while I'm going to ask you a question, I'm going to use the same voice that I was using before. But I was going to ask you, did you mean that I'm going to be starting the countdown from 7, or that I'm going to start the countdown from 10, and then when I get to 8, I'm going to stop the countdown and let you know that I'm going to be starting the countdown from 7 so that you can begin to have yourself in a prepared state or a more prepared state so that you can begin thinking about being ready to begin reading the book that you're about to begin reading. Is that correct? Let me think about that. No, what I was saying was, we were starting from 7. Who said anything about starting the countdown from 10? Well, that was you. It was your idea. You said, why don't we count it down from 10, or starting from 10? Huh. Well, I don't remember saying any of that. Well, let's go ahead and count it down from 10. Okay, so what you're saying is count it down from not 7, but from a starting point. The starting point is going to be 10, so that it's going to sound something like this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and so on and so forth, counting down until we get to the number 3, after which I will cease to say the numbers out loud, and then you will continue in your head, and then you'll be able to begin your reading. Is that correct? Yeah, that sounds about right. So if you'll go ahead and adjust the numbers on your side, I'll get mine ready to go, and then I'll have the book in prepared position, and I'll be ready to begin to read at the moment you hit 1, and then I'll wait 1 beat, and then I will begin reading. Well, that's not exactly what I said. What I said was that you were going to listen, and I was going to begin counting down from 10, and then when I got to the section of that countdown that says 3, as I descend from 10, as in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and then when I get to the number 3, I'm not going to say the final 2 numbers, neither the number 0, as we will call that conventionally in the English language. I will rather say this when I get to that, and we'll say from the following, 4, and then so it will sound like this, 4, 3, and then at that point you will begin to read. And then this is how we'll do the countdown, and we all understand from both ends that we want to make sure we have clear communication. Also, we don't want our listeners that will be paying attention to this in their areas of location to become confused, and they might be disoriented and forget either who's doing the talking or what is being read. Yes, just fine. Just do the countdown, and when you get wherever it is you're going to go, I'll start reading. Okay, then. Did you want me to change my voice? Still? Never mind. Just count it down. Okay, then. I will start counting down from 10. Do you want me to start a countdown so that we can learn when we're going to get to the spot where we begin the countdown from 10? Oh, what kind of a question is that? Yeah, start that one from 3. Okay, got it. Why don't you give me a countdown to tell me when you want me to start mine? Okay, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Let's do that. That will provide more clarity, no confusion, guaranteed. Okay, I'll tell you when I'm about to start. Okay, I'm ready to start. Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. Go ahead. Hands and arms locked in the correct position? Yes, they are. Facing upwards in the horizontal position? Of course. Approximately 35 to 37 or 38 inches above the ground, or above ground level? to put it another way. Yes, compliance has been assured on every single note or line to be checked on that list. Great, now we're beginning the countdown. Oh, one more thing, need a consent form signed, please. Okay, why don't you send that on over through your hand, and then I'll see when it comes out of your hand, I'll get it into my hand, and then I'll get that, put that right up next to my face, and then I'll go ahead and send it back on over to you. I'll put my hand in it, and I'll move my hand around, and whatever it is that I have now in my other hand, and then I'll send that back over to your hand through the satellite that, you know, is up in the sky. And then it'll come on down back to you through that means into your hand, and then you can look at that, and then you can put your face up right up against it, put that stuff in your hand right up against your face, and then we'll begin the process of, then I'll have the consent form approved of by you. You'll send it back to me, and then I'll get it back in my face. Then we'll be sharing all of these things from our hands, the things in our hands, and we'll be getting those right up next to our faces, each of them respectively, sharing all of this stuff all up against our faces. And then we will begin the countdown, and I'll wait for that. Okay, let me know when you've sent it. And I'm still waiting. Yes, thank you. I've just received it back, and we're now beginning our countdown. 3, 2. Wait a minute. One that was going to start the first countdown. Who was going to be the first one that does that? Was that me or was that you? No, it was you. You were going to do the first countdown to let me know when it was that I was going to begin my countdown, to begin the countdown from 10, then which point you would then get down to the number 0 and begin reading from the book. Now what book was that again? Well, that's your job, as you're the one reading out of the book. You should pick up the book and read the title of the book again now, just to make sure everybody knows what book we're reading. Oh, yeah, good idea. Man, that would be a bad idea to forget to read the title of the book that I'm reading. Plus, I need to know what that title is as well, otherwise I might read the wrong book. Okay, the title of the book we're reading tonight is The Forbidden Truth, according to King James. Now, it's just occurred to me that I might have read that before I got a proper countdown, but let's go ahead and go. 3, 2, 1... 3, 2, 1, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. The forbidden truth, according to King James. And we're reading this evening from The Forbidden Truth, according to King James. And that'll be the front cover that we've just read from. And let's turn the book over and let's look at the back of the book. Here, this is the back cover of the book, and it reads as follows. This book, and that is to say the Forbidden Truth, according to King James, that is this book, is designed. And this is designed, friends, this is a designed thing for a purpose. And I'm adding some of this from my own mind and my own imagination as I read this book to you, the audience, listening now, participating through the means of your own imagination, as two or more shall agree as touching anything. And here we are, touching this thing here. And you touch it and I'll touch it, and then we'll continue seeing what it's designed to be. Starting over. This book is designed to be an introduction to the King James language. And they're going to put a comma right after that word language. Introduction to the King James language, comma, and familiarize yourself with the 66 books which are contained in the King James Bible, period. And then this. It is to be read as a story, or can be used as a study guide, period. So we're going to pick up the copy here now to open it, and we're going to go ahead and flip on over to randomly book of Romans, and this will be according to the Forbidden Truth according to King James. And we're going to be reading now from the Forbidden Truth according to King James, heading on the page Romans, R-O-M-A-N-S, page number 358. And the number heading is 8. This will be chapter 8, Romans, from the according to, rather. And that's again 1K, not 2 C's. And so here we go, chapter 8, Romans, according to the Forbidden Truth, according to King James. There is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Christ Jesus, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. For the law of the Spirit of life in Christ Jesus hath made me free from the law of sin and death. For what the law could not do, and then there's a comma here and a space between paragraphs, God sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin, condemned sin in the flesh, that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. And then a space. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Let's do a reread on that section there, and let's get it right, please. Okay, starting over from for to be carnally minded is death. Go. 3. What? Supposed to be counting me down. I have some trouble up here. Can we start that one over, please? Difficulties, but we're going to be looking. Hold on, please. We're going to be getting this fixed and to be continuing with the reading of the Forbidden Truth according to James, and that'll be James with the letter end of that word. We were leaving off now of Romans 8, and as we continue, we of sinful flesh and for sin, condemned sin in the flesh, filled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after space. Then this follows, for to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. Period. Followed then by a space, then the next paragraph. So then they that are in the flesh cannot please God, but ye are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit, if so be that the Spirit of God dwell in you. Now if any man, he is none of his. And if Christ be in you, the body is dead because of sin, but the Spirit is life. But if the Spirit dwell in you, Christ from the dead shall also quicken your mortal bodies by his Spirit that dwelleth in you. For as many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. Yes, you just read these. We're going to not have double readings. Okay, fine. You know, I've been doing this now for a while, and I think I know how to do it. Well, then if you do how to do it, maybe you might be able to take a little bit of critical feedback and not have or throw a temper tantrum. Oh, great. So this is wonderful. I thought we were supposed to be doing a show where we were showing people how to have a civil discussion. You can take your civil discussion and shove it up. I got that on tape. That's recorded. I recorded it. Also with my phone. Leaving this building with that phone, and we're going to have everybody checked, and you just continue doing your job. I didn't bring you here so that you could take pictures of me with your phone and then threaten me with a viral video. Hey, I didn't say anything about viral videos. You did. All I said was I recorded what you just said and did. Yeah, what did I just do? Why don't you tell everybody what I just did? Oh, you know what you just did. I saw what you just did. It wasn't just only what you said, it's what you did. I saw what you did because I was here with you. Oh, where's your proof? Where's your proof? Where's your proof? I recorded it on my phone, I told you. Plus, we've got it on tape here from the session we're doing. You know, you're beginning to make me think that we're doing a comedy show here and you're just here to tell jokes. Now get back to the reading. Because nobody's leaving any buildings here with any phones in their hand. Or their pockets. Or any other place, if you know what I mean. Jeez. Okay, I'll get back to the reading. For as many as are led by the Spirit of God, they are the sons of God. For ye have received the Spirit of adoption, whereby we cry, Abba, Father. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God. And if children, then heirs, heirs of God, and joint heirs with Christ. If so be that we suffer with him, that we may be also glorified together. For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. And then following that word us is the following, ... And then following those dots is a space, and then the next paragraph, which begins as follows and reads through as follows. For we are saved by hope. But hope that is seen is not hope. For what a man seeth, why doth he yet hope for? Likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities, for we know not what we should pray, but the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us, with groanings which cannot be uttered. And he that searcheth the hearts knoweth what is the mind of the Spirit, because he maketh intercession for the saints according to the will of God. Hey, wait a minute. I got a question for you over there. Yes, what is it this time? It's not a big deal, but I just got to know, why is it every time you say the word God, you have to go, God? You have to do that little, at the end of it. Well, it's, I'm not really sure what you're talking about. You don't know what I'm talking about. You do it, and you say God, and it's always like this. God. Something like that. God at the end of it every time. Why do you have to do that? Why do you do that? What? Tell me what's your motive. What are you doing that for? God. Give me an example. Read it for me where I did it, and you read it how I did it, and see what I'm going to think of the way you did it, and I'll give you some feedback on how I did it based on my opinion of you doing me. Okay, fine. Here it is. Let me read it. Okay, beginning now we're going to go ahead and start down here from the lower on page 359, and we're on the left-hand column, lower left, and it says, we're going to start at the word that says, because he maketh intercession for the saints according to the will of, and then I'm going to read that word there, G-O-D, and then I'm going to say it the way you say it, and then you're going to listen, and then you're going to learn what it is to be me and have to listen to that every single time we do one of these. Fine, go ahead. All I did was say, could you please read it to me so I could hear what it sounded like from your point of view, please. Jeez. Okay, can you count me down before I start to read it? Fine. Here you go. 3, 2, 1. Wait, you count it all the way down to 1. You're supposed to stop when you get to 2, and I'm supposed to count that down in my mind. I'm not supposed to say it out loud. You're not supposed to say it out loud. So you see, this is what I'm talking about. It's this kind of stuff. This is what I mean when I ask you those kind of questions. Are you even paying attention? Okay, fine. I'll count it down again. I'll do it again. Good. See that you do. Do it right. Pay attention. What are we even doing here? I don't know what you're doing here. I'm trying to read the forbidden truth according to King James. Oh, you could have fooled me. I thought maybe you were here to try to invent a new way of counting. Oh, wow. That is really low, man. Really, really low. Okay, do you want me to start? You tell me when you want me to start. Fine, go ahead and start. 3. You got to count me down? Oh, come on. Because he maketh intercession for the saints according to the will of God. You see, that was exactly what I'm talking about right there. That was it. Right there. That's what I mean, right there. God. God. Are you, could you please, what are you doing over there? It's this, on this side over here, got hooked around the other one, and it's down below now, and I'm just trying to, can I have one of those on that side over there, please? Thank you, and then I'll switch them around. Thanks. Also, can I have another one of this side so it'll equal out? It's not exactly necessary, but it would help a lot, but thank you. After these, making the money off of those things in society. And now back to the regularly scheduled program, The Forbidden Truth, according to King James. Learn how to count, and then we wouldn't have to do this every week, and if you would just learn how to say things, and then I wouldn't have to hear this over and over and over and over and over again. And again and again and again and again. We're going to be back on, because I'm really getting tired of having this talk over and over and over again, and I want to just get back to the show. From because he maketh intercession for the saints according to the will of God. And see if you can say it without saying God. Can you do that? Fine, I'll give it a try. I'll see what I can do. I'm not going to guarantee anything because I'm not here. They didn't hire me to be an actor. I'm here as a person that reads a book. I didn't know I had to act like a different person that had a different voice. Well, yeah, that's what you were hired to do, is read a book, but you were also hired so that I don't see why I had to be hired to work with somebody that has to say that over and over and over again. God. Come on, be fair. That's not exactly what I say. It's more like God. Well, that's true. I guess I overstated it a little bit, just a bit of hyperbole there, but it's because I have to hear it all the time. It's over and over again. You got to understand that. It's after a while it just gets old. So yeah, continuing along. And we know that all things work together for good to them that love God, to them who are the called according to his purpose. For whom he did foreknow, he did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified, and whom he justified, them he also glorified. What shall we then say to these things? Followed by a question mark. Then this. If God be for us, who can be against us? Another question mark. He that spared not his own Son, but delivered him up for us all, how shall he not with him also freely give us all things? It is Christ that died, yea, rather, that is risen again, who is even at the right hand of God, comma, who also maketh intercession for us. And that word us then is followed by the following, ... and then a space, and then the following a paragraph as follows. Reading now. For I am persuaded that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor any other creature shall be able to separate us from the love of God, which is in Christ Jesus our Lord. How's that one? Are you really trying to get on my nerves today? I mean, are you really going out of your way to make what should really, by any definition, anybody's definition of easy, be an easy job? Are you trying to make that job difficult? Or at least more difficult than it needs to be? Oh, no, I'm not, that's not what I'm doing here. I'm just reading a book, that's all I'm doing. Sorry if I upset, I'm not trying to upset anybody, I'm just reading a book. Look, now you don't try to turn it around and imitate me. Imitating you, because now you're just really trying to get me going. You're really trying to push my buttons, and I don't appreciate it. Oh, no problem. I didn't know you didn't appreciate it. I'm warning you. I'm gonna come over there in a minute. I'm gonna do more than just send you stuff from the thing in my hand over there and put it into your hand. I'm gonna do more than that in just a second. Oh my goodness, what kind of protection do I need to use? That's it. I'm finished with this. And now that'll be all we have for this evening. The Forbidden Truth, according to King James. Let's go ahead and say that again one more time, and let's see if we can get a really good and hearty The Forbidden Truth, according to King James, on our exiting note. As we go out, we want to say this on the following note as we exit, that you can know the truth, and the truth will set you free, but the only way you're going to have that truth is if you learn it. Now, there's many different kinds of truth. There's many different venues where you can learn the truth. There's many different roads to that truth, if you want to imagine it that way. If you'd like, there's also this, the Forbidden Truth, according to King James. But you got to get the according right. If it's the wrong according, it might not be the right truth. And if it's the right according, then it still might be the wrong truth, depending on which according you started with. In the meantime, friends, we are then closing out this show with the following. The Forbidden Truth, according to King James. And one more time on that, this book is designed to be an introduction to the King James language and familiarize yourself with the 66 books which are contained in the King James Bible. It is to be read as a story or can be used as a study guide.